So in this video, I will share a strategy that anyone can use to grow on the Shopify App Store. Because I received this question many times is how do you get installs from the Shopify App Store? I don't have any installs. So what do you do exactly to get more people in your app? I have a strategy that you can use. You have two parts in your strategy. So the first one is basically you have your Shopify app, right? So this is your app. You will list all the keywords that your app can use, right? So I don't know how many keywords. Probably you have like 20, 30 keywords, something like that. So this is what you do. You get a lot of keywords, right? When you have all these keywords, and I want you to get all the keywords you can, like even if it's a single word or if it's like a complete sentence or something like that. So you can have like keywords with 3 words, just one and something like that. For each keyword, you will list the difficulty of that keyword. So basically how many, you type this keyword on the Shopify App Store and you will check how many apps you have for that keyword. So you have the number, you check how many keywords you have, how many apps you have for that keyword. And then the second thing you do is you look at the first 5 apps, something like that, in the first positions, and you look at how many reviews they have. Basically, this will show you what is the difficulty to rank on that keyword. So if you see that the first 5 apps have 1,000 reviews, for example, then this is a problem because it will be complicated to rank on these keywords. But if you see some keywords that you can use where the first apps only have like 50 reviews, something like that, then this is probably a good keyword to start with. So why this exercise? The thing is, when you start a new Shopify app, you won't have any reviews. You won't have any push from the algorithm on the Shopify App Store. And so if you try to rank on a big keyword with a lot of competition, you will probably appear in the 3rd page or 4th page, or I don't know where you will appear, but you won't be in the first page. And exactly like Google, if you're not in the first page, you won't be seen and people won't install you. So many people will contact me and say, look, I added all these keywords, but I don't have any traffic. And the keywords they chose were basically keywords that you shouldn't use when you start because you don't appear in the first positions. So what do you do instead? You will use what I call the staircase strategy, like this one. So basically, this will be all your keywords. You start here with the first keyword that is the easiest one. You don't have a lot of apps on this keyword. You don't have many reviews for the first apps that are on this keyword. And here you will have the bigger keywords, like the best keywords that you can have. This is basically the one with the most traffic, but it's also the more complicated to rank on. And so what you will do is that you will, if you start with this keyword, for example, if you go with the bigger one, the problem is that you won't have any installs. This keyword has a lot of traffic, but you don't have any installs, so you will get 0 installs. But if you start with this one, and probably like you have 3 keywords like that you start to rank on, so you add it to the title, to the subtitle, everywhere, so that you can rank on this keyword. The thing is, even if you have less traffic on that keyword, because you will appear in the first positions for that keyword, you will still have like 1, 2, or 3 installs from this keyword. You do it with 3 different keywords, or even more if you can find more where you can rank on. And so this is how you will start. And then what you do is that thanks to these installs, you will start to get, you will have installs. You will have reviews also. So you get all these reviews, you get all these installs. And so you will start to get a push from the Shopify algorithm, right? And so when you have enough reviews, what you can do is that you can make again the test. You test the keywords and you check, you will now go to this keyword, right? So you jump on one keyword and you will go after a keyword that has more competition. But since you have already installs and you have reviews, then it will be easier for you to go to that keyword. This is something I've done with White Bundle, and this is something you can also do, right? You keep growing like that, you keep going until you can reach your best keywords, because the goal is to be on the first page for any keyword. If you're not on the first page, you won't have any installs. And then when you have this strategy, what you can do, so you can use that strategy with a free app, because with a free app, it's easier to get like reviews, to get installs and stuff like that. But I don't recommend doing it because you will have like a lot of free users and you won't be able to go to a paid plan after that. It will be like way harder. And the goal is not to have a lot of users. The goal is to have money. And so once you have done that, the other strategy that you can use just with the Shopify App Store also is you use a system where you will have multiple Shopify apps that will work as a way to send you traffic. So let's say, for example, you have here your main Shopify app. You have your main Shopify app, and this app is probably like, you probably have a pricing, let's say it's priced at $50, something like that per month. It's harder to get installs when your app is paid. Also, you will get fewer installs, so you will get fewer reviews. And so all the other apps, like they will go above you, right? Because they have more installs and they get more reviews. This is how it works. But the strategy that you can use is that look at everything your app does and you will find small features that can work for your app, like that are close to your app and that make sense for your app. So for example, let's say you create a Shopify app where you create a cart drawer like that. So a cart that open on the side. What makes sense for that? You can have, for example, a simple feature where you can change the add to cart button design. So the goal is you change the design of the add to cart button. You can have something else where, for example, I don't know, like find all the things that you can do that are very simple, like single features. And then what you will do is that you will create free Shopify apps that do exactly that. So you have one app, for example, for that button, right? To change the design of the button. Then you have another one. And all these apps will be free. The goal of these apps is to get all the reviews, to get all the installs, and then you will redirect all the traffic from these apps to the main one. And this is a strategy that many Shopify apps used. If you look in the Shopify App Store, you will usually find developers that have a lot of Shopify apps, but most of them are free. It's like they have a lot of free apps, and then with these free apps, they will redirect everything to the main app. And in the dashboard of all these apps, it works, right? It's still a great app, but you will see everywhere that the traffic will be redirected to the main app because the goal is to send all the traffic. And it's a way, if you use that strategy, it's a good way to use the Shopify App Store. But again, the goal isn't to rely only on the Shopify App Store. What I shared here is just a strategy that you can use to grow only using the Shopify App Store. And this is something that if you do it right in the beginning and at the same time you use the strategy where, when you go live on the Shopify App Store with your main app here, you try to get 10 reviews as fast as possible. Because when you reach that 10 reviews quickly, the Shopify App Store will just say, all right, this app is great. It gets a lot of reviews quickly, then we'll probably push it, to the homepage. You will start to get that boost, right? If you have your app and you have like 2 months or 3 months where you don't get any installs, it will be harder for you because the Shopify algorithm will just say, all right, this app has been here for 3 months. This app doesn't have any install yet, doesn't have any user, doesn't have any reviews. So why would we push this app on the App Store, right? It makes sense. They want to show apps that are relevant for the merchants. So they want to show apps that will grow quickly, that will get a lot of reviews and stuff like that. So if you use that strategy where you basically get early users, you have like your 5 or 10 people before creating your app, you go on the Shopify App Store, you go live, you ask all these people to install your app, you get reviews, you use the Sturker strategy like that, and then once you have the strategy and you grow, you can use the free app strategy. And this works. This is something that works 100%. I mean, I've seen apps using that. I've used the Sturker strategy. I've used the strategy where I get 10 reviews quickly, and I just didn't use myself this strategy with the free apps, but this is something that I've seen on the Shopify App Store, and it works.